Welcome back to the Traders Network. You're listening to us broadcasting from Clear Channel KFXR 1190 AM Dallas, and I'm Michael Yorba, your host. We are about to break into some new technology with Qayed Shareef, CEO, AdaptiveMedia.com. Qayed, welcome to the show. Thank you for showing up.
Michael, thank you so much for having me.
All right, my pleasure. First time on the show, please let me back up a little bit. And if you could give our audience a little feel for who you are, a little background on you, and then walk us into what does Adaptive Media do for everybody?
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So, Mike, I came to this country as an immigrant when I was 10 years old. And during the course of that time in my career, I've spent the last 14-plus years in the digital marketing and advertising space in senior management roles and roles where I've actually started up companies focused around ad technology, e-commerce, and marketing online, and spending time at companies like Experian, to name some companies that people may know.
Okay. All right. Now, Adaptive Media. Tell us how you're taking the world by storm with Adaptive Media. What does it do?
Yes, we absolutely are. Adaptive Media is focused in the mobile and advertising segments, which are two of the fastest growing areas of digital marketing today. Adaptive Media essentially is a startup that's a public company, which is a little bit strange.
What's your symbol?
Our symbol is A, D as in dog, T, Tom, M as in Mary.
Okay.
ADTM.
Got it.
Yep. Adaptive Media has developed technology that focuses on the monetization of content on digital websites, on apps, specifically around video and video content.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all done programmatically, and it's essentially software that publishers can use to monetize their content.
Okay. Are there any twists and turns that keep you special or on the cutting edge of this highly competitive industry sector?
Absolutely. We've developed our own technology. It's programmatic in the sense that we're using algorithms that allow us to make the best ad-serving decisions and content monetization decisions. A lot of the companies in our space have been around for a long time. We're very new. We started last year, so most of our technology is very new. That means we're using the latest cutting-edge programming languages and the best minds here in Southern California to actually power the technology.
Okay, all right. Your competitors, give us a flavor for who these kind of people or entities would be, and then we can move a little bit forward by talking about the evolution of Adaptive Media. Absolutely.
Two of the companies that I look to that if you combine them would actually have our capabilities. One of those companies is Rocket Fuel. Their symbol is fuel. They just recently did an IPO that was wildly successful, and they're a $2 billion company. Another company that I would look at as a competitor is a company called Bright Cove. And Bright Cove is a company that's also public and is listed on the NASDAQ. Those two companies are the closest competitors that I could think of as far as our technology is concerned.
But what you're saying is they would have to combine their talents to equal what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Wow.
We've built the only end-to-end content monetization solution that takes into account programmatic as well as on the content side having 300,000 pieces of content that's available for publishers to come in, pull, and place on their site.
Now, this is really cutting-edge technology for all the people that are out there trying to get the word out. Talk to me about the evolution of Adaptive Media as of today. How did you get where you are, and then let's move into the future. What do you think is going to happen next?
Yeah, absolutely. Adaptive Media was formed with the concept in mind of providing software as a service to content developers and publishers across multiple channels and multiple devices. And the concept turned into actual technology, and that actual technology is now handling, what we call, hundreds of millions of transactions or impressions, ad impressions on a monthly basis. So not only have we gone from concept to alpha to beta, we're actually live doing good revenue and a lot of good quality customers and a lot of great data around the platform itself.
Now, you just posted your revenues for the third quarter back in November, right?
That's correct. And Those revenue numbers, when we compare them to our Q2 numbers were $27,314 versus what we did in Q3, which was $373,000, and that's a significant jump. Simply because the company is focused on a sector that's growing.
Yeah, that means something big is happening. People have found you. Okay, tell me. Let's slow down a little bit. Tell me about the future. What's going to happen next? What kind of opportunities are befalling you now?
We see some significant opportunities in this space. We think that we're going to take the market by storm as it comes to our technology platform. Mike, we've got one of the best technology platforms in the space, and we're going to go out and work with a lot of different brands across many different verticals: sports, entertainment, lifestyle, e-commerce, fashion, news, technology. We have the ability to service all those different verticals with our technology platform. We've just scratched the surface, and we are going to be as competitive in the marketplace as some of these other companies that have raised hundreds of millions of dollars to build their technology.
Give our audience a feel for the dollar size of the market that you're working with now and what the analysts are saying is going to be in the near future.
According to eMarketer, for example, which is something that people follow very closely, this year alone, the mobile advertising market will be $17 billion. That's one sector that we play in. The other sector, which is video advertising, will exceed $4 billion. And those numbers are going to quadruple or triple by 2017. So we're playing in a big market with lots of opportunities and a lot of growth.
Where do you see yourself in this marketplace? What percentage of penetration relative to market share do you think you guys are going to be achieving as you go forward? Now, I know nobody can hold you this to because the future is always foggy, but
sure.
Relative to the other statements you've made earlier on the show, there's got to be some room for growth, and I wanted to get an idea where you feel you're going to fit in.
Without sharing any numbers, I can tell you that there is no ceiling for us as far as growth is concerned, because we're playing in a space that collectively is worth, in the tens of billions as far as market spend is concerned. All we have to do is be, less than 0.5% to be a viable business that's doing a lot of revenue and a lot of great profit and a lot of margins for our shareholders.
Okay. Now, in this market sector, where do you see the hot spots, the new places where people are going to start spending their money and they're going to start trying to push the technology to deliver their message?
It's going to be mobile. It's going to be the tablet devices. Advertisers are looking very closely at figuring out the smartphones and the tablets for content consumption, and we're right there. We've got the technology, we've got the content, and we're positioned to take advantage of that.
One of the things that I had thought about a little while ago is whenever you go into the doctor's office, you find that they hand you a clipboard and a piece of paper and a pen, is being able to take your technology and move into these professional offices where they always are asking their patients, their clients, for information, and being able to capture that marketplace with your technology. Is that something that you're seeing viable as we go forward in the near future?
Our technology is really agnostic to the place and the area where we can play, because we have the ability to have technology that can be deployed very easily. People that want to use our platform can easily license it and adopt it to whatever they want to use it for. So I think we're going to be very open to a lot of opportunities like that and many more in the years to come. Okay,
tell us about your contact information. ADTM is your symbol, A, Apple, David, Tom, Mary. But tell me about how our audience can find you to continue this conversation. And when they get there, I think you've got some videos for them to look at too.
Yeah, we do have a lot of great content on the site. The site is adaptivemasInMary.com. That's adaptivemasInMary.com. On that site, they can find a lot of information about us, and they can reach us via the contact form. They can also follow us on Twitter, which is adaptive_M, for the latest news and information on the company. In addition to that, if they want to reach out to one of our press people, they can also look at one of our recent press releases, which has email information on it as well.
All right. Qayed, thank you so much for being on the show. I really appreciate this. One last time, contact info for you.
AdaptiveM.com is the website, and our Twitter handle is adaptive_M. They can reach us through those means.
And ADTM is a symbol.
ADTM is our stock symbol.
All right.
Thank you so much, Michael.
Thank you, Qayed. Special thanks to Monk Media and 1-800 Public Relations and all their PR and marketing support.